Hip-hop is more than just a style of dancing, music, or clothing. Hip-hop is a way of life. The hip-hop lifestyle, which originated in the Bronx in New York City, offered a haven from a variety of social, political, economic, and cultural influences through its music, DJing, dancing, and graffiti. The attire of the 1970s, when hip-hop first emerged, mirrored streetwear that Bronx youth already owned, such as tracksuits, bomber jackets, and trainers with big shoelaces. The shoe market was controlled by Puma, Chuck Taylors, and Pro Kids. Because inner-city hand-me-downs were often ill-fitting, baggy clothing was popular. Streetwear and inventiveness were combined in the era's fashion. Accessible apparel, adorning it, and discovering new ways to wear it with pride were all mixed together. Everybody customized it. Although hip-hop is a state of mind, in some respects this has made it harder to distinguish between what was once thought of as traditional hip-hop fashion and modern mainstream style. Hip-hop is created by the person wearing the clothes, not the other way around. The concept of hip-hop fashion gained popularity when musicians began to receive greater recognition in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, but in practice, it highlighted the ways in which young urbanites were already clothing. In the 1970s, house parties in New York City's Bronx neighborhoods gave rise to hip-hop as a culture. Curtis Blow subsequently informed us that early DJs such as Grandmaster Flash and DJ Kool Herc performed breaks in soul and funk music that highlighted the drums and bass line. Breakdancing was the first element of the culture to take off with new party music. Rappers swiftly entered the scene to keep the spectators entertained throughout the evening. Hip-hop fashion was not founded by a single person or musical group, just like the music itself. Instead, each DJ and rapper contributed their unique flair to the celebration, and the dance squads differentiated themselves from rivals by dressing differently as uniforms. Similar to the counterculture of the 1970s, hip-hop style is founded on an attitude that rails against boundaries and restrictions, as it still does today. The wearer creates hip-hop with his clothes. The Cold Crush Brothers and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were among the first hip-hop groups to embrace the theatrical aspect of disco via their wardrobe, dressing in extravagant outfits and wearing knee-high boots during concerts. The Furious Five's Mel Mel acknowledges that the group's extravagant leather ensembles, which were tailored by a tailor, cost $1,000 apiece. Cold Crush wore mink coats and complete suits when they played. Artists like Run DMC and Curtis Blow, who were supported by Russell Simmons, looked sharp in corduroy suits in the early 1980s. However, Run DMC's decision to go from their plaid sports coats to regular streetwear helped to establish the iconic hip-hop style that is still recognized today. Given that the group is known as the Beatles of hip-hop, it is only fitting that their distinctive hip-hop aesthetic references them. Hip-hop fashion began in the 1980s with artists like Run DMC and LL Cool J embracing streetwear, Adidas tracksuits, shell-toe sneakers, Kangol hats, and gold chains, connecting their style to everyday urban culture. Run DMC even helped pioneer brand artist partnerships with Adidas. In the 1990s, baggy clothes, Timberlands, and oversized sportswear became dominant. The 2000s saw a blend of elegance and street with Sean John, while accessories like grills, do-rags, and snapbacks became mainstream. Kanye West redefined hip-hop fashion in the 2010s, merging high fashion and streetwear through collaborations like Yeezy with Adidas. Artists like Pharrell and A$AP Rocky pushed the proper swag look, clean, fitted, and designer-heavy, while a retro hypebeast wave also emerged. Throughout, hip-hop fashion has remained a dynamic mix of rebellion, pride, culture, and innovation, constantly shaping and reshaping mainstream style. As much as Run DMC's partnership with Adidas is responsible for the style of hip-hop attire, the trio's partnership with Aerosmith is responsible for bringing the genre to the general public in America. Hip-hop is not a component of mainstream culture anymore, rather, it is a part of it. Today's industry is dominated by the blend of high fashion and sportswear, particularly when artists and businesses work together. In particular, hip-hop fashion reached Americans through two groundbreaking technical developments. The first was television, which brought the fashions of West Coast communities and New York boroughs into American living rooms. The second was the internet, which made it possible for people all over the world to share information and ideas. People may find goods to customize ensembles with any style in the globe, and rappers' widespread appeal makes their design choices accessible to anyone. For more than 40 years, hip-hop has had a revolutionary influence on fashion, influencing how we dress and express ourselves. A subcultural movement that began on the streets of the South Bronx has grown into a worldwide fashion phenomenon that has an impact on everything from luxury labels to streetwear labels. Beyond merely altering our attire, hip-hop fashion has promoted self-expression, diversity, and inclusiveness while questioning traditional notions of beauty and empowering people. By doing this, it has permanently changed the fashion business and demonstrated that clothing is a potent tool for cultural identification and self-expression in addition to serving as a method of body covering.